Hi there, welcome to this week's episode. This is a little treat for us, for myself and my family. We went over to Kefalonia in one of the Greek islands in the Ionian Sea, and we had a go at doing a bit of sailing, which is something we're really planning on doing a bit more of. We want to do a bit of travelling and take my paints. And I had a little bit of a chance to practice painting in another country in this one. I didn't manage to paint on the boat because we were doing that much practice at sailing that I didn't get a chance to. But I started to see the possibilities for where I would get a chance to do some painting. I think it was just all such a new experience that I didn't actually get my head round taking the paints out and doing something. But I did manage to do a little painting on the docks at the jetty. So I'll let you have a look at that later. It's just... So this one is basically the journey to Kefalonia, a little bit about what happened there, the painting on the jetty and coming back. But I did manage to take all the kit that I would need to do a little bit of filming, a little bit of painting. So now I know I can actually do it. The next time we go, might actually be able to do a bit more and actually try painting on the boat. That's my aim. I want to actually paint from the back of the boat or the front of the boat, depending on the weather. So I hope you enjoy this one and we'll see where it goes next. Thanks very much. After getting up at 2:30 in the morning, we set off for Manchester Airport before the sunrise. We taxied onto the runway into the east. It was a perfect takeoff, and then we got a great view of the control tower and Terminal 1 in the glow of the first light. The plane adjusted its course and we levelled off with the sun still just below the horizon.
But for now, please sit back and relax, and more details to follow. Thank you.
We all relaxed in our seats and were treated to a beautiful sunrise. The whole cabin glowed with orange light as the sun flickered through the low cloud. And as the wings reset themselves, once we reached altitude, it was a smooth flight and off we went. Touchdown in Kefalonia. Just a long taxi ride to the marina to go. Well, as some of you may know, myself and my husband Mark have been planning on learning to sail for future adventures. So we've been lucky enough to come away this week to Lixouri in Kefalonia. And we've got this Bavaria 32 for myself, Mark and our daughter Michelle. And this is the first day. We've just unpacked and we're just settling down for the evening to start sailing tomorrow. This is the Bavaria next to us, exactly the same model with two great neighbours. Hi, Ian and Maurice. There were 3 boats altogether. The other had a lovely family on board. We were all there to learn to sail. We spent that evening on the boat in the marina and we got an early night to start all the learnings the next day. These pontoons were in the quieter side of Lixouri, with all the fishing boats. It was interesting to see them all setting out in the mornings. There were lots of timid cats looking for opportunities to pinch a little bit to eat. It was a perfect start for beginners like us. For the first few days, mornings were spent doing boat manoeuvres in the bay, mooring up, stern to and side on, and a bit of steering, just boat handling really. Oh yeah, and we had a little wander off for coffee in between. At lunchtime, we'd anchor up somewhere and have a bit of a mess about. I had a go on a paddle board. It started off really well. I managed to stand up and it ended disgracefully.
And there she goes.
In the afternoon, when the wind picked up, the sailing started. We're all very new to this, but we enjoyed every second of it. There's nothing more satisfying than turning off that motor after hoisting the sails and being powered by the wind. That evening we found a rooftop terrace overlooking the bay. The clouds looked a little bit ominous above us. We'd discussed this earlier in the day. It looked like there was going to be storms. And the storm started early the next morning, just north of the bay. It slowly moved its way towards us as the sun came up. Then the rain started. Having lightning strike so close is a bit nerve-wracking when you have a metal mass poking up into the sky. Then the hail started. Out in the bay we saw a couple of waterspouts once the storm had passed over. It was obvious we weren't going to be going out straight away after that storm, so I took this opportunity to do a little bit of painting at a spot I found the day before. I wouldn't have time to paint the full scene of what I wanted, so I thought I'd just do a quick pen and wash sketch of the street behind, and I'd have a go at the full scene back at home. I tried to capture the shadows and the colour of the stormy clouds, the colour of the buildings. It was all about the shadows of the buildings and the structure of the buildings and the lines that they made for me. We did have a day doing chart work, and afterwards I managed to do another little painting. I felt a bit awkward about filming this one as I was sat in the hotel restaurant doing it. So I just painted it, and it's this one here. The next day, the weather allowed us to head off to an anchorage for the night. After anchoring up and rowing to shore for a bite to eat in the taverna, we covered ourselves in clay. We had a bit of a swim and then got on the boat and watched the sunset on the boat. Oh, it was amazing to see the moon reflected in the water. Sunrise the next morning did not disappoint. We sailed back to Lixouri with Barry, caught the ferry the next morning and had another great flight back to Manchester. With a little glimpse of the marina just before we left. Yeah, we had a great flight back. It was really smooth. We had a lovely pilot. I enjoy the travelling just as much as I do the destinations most of the time. I love flying. I love being on boats. I like driving in the van. So to be able to start to learn how to use something that's powered by wind, that hasn't got any fuels, it's brilliant. That's exactly what we want to be doing. I'm probably next time I go away, might actually see if I can take my acrylic paints, and actually I've got an idea of how I'm going to get canvases to actually paint on boats as well. So that might be the next trick next time we do a holiday abroad. We have got another sailing trip planned in 3 weeks' time, but that's more training, so I don't think I'll have any painting time there at all. That's definitely more just training and learning more about how to sail these boats, because it's absolutely mind-blowing the amount of information you have to take in, but the reward for actually being able to do it far outweighs the amount of work you've got to put in. So we're going to put the work in. So 3 weeks' time, we've got another little trip to have a look at more sailing, and then hopefully the beginning of next year we'll get over somewhere where I can actually really have a go at doing some painting. But till then, I'll carry on with the painting videos because that's what it's about, and I'll go in the van. I've got other trips in Britain planned, but long distance, long term, that's where we're going to be. So thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to find out where we get up to, or where I get up to. And thanks very much for subscribing if you have done already. I don't know if I will be at 100 subscribers by the time this comes out, But if not, I'm so close, so close. So please just nudge me over and then I can give my YouTube channel a name. Thanks very much. Bye.